Hi out there, this is Carrie Mubarak at wooingnature.life. Hope all is well. This is the November reading for Taurus. This is a general reading, so whatever comes up, comes out. You know how that goes. I'll be pulling from Colette Baron Reed's The Wisdom of the Oracle today. I'll be taking 3 cards from the Wisdom of the Oracle. And then I will be pulling the tarot, and then we'll do some follow-up with the tarot just to see what's going on in November. So while I'm shuffling, I'll just say that November is that time when we're at the peak of the fall season. Next month in December is when, of course, the winter comes in. And once the winter comes in, then we're full-fledged into the winter season. That's the time when a lot of people experience seasonal depression. People go in, they get, what is it, stir crazy or cabin fever or whatever. It's sometimes a very difficult time for people. And so it's good to prepare yourself. If you know that that's your scenario, if you know that that's what you be dealing with during the winter months, prepare yourself for it mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. That's the reason why your September and your October were about cleansing and clearing and organizing and getting your mind right, and, just getting a solid base from which you're going to then have your winter or do your winter, right? So after the cleansing, after the clearing, if you haven't had a chance to do that yet, do a little of that in November just to prepare. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. So we also know that that's cold and flu season, so you also want to prepare your body as well. Get your tonics, clear out your lymphatic system, clean out your liver, clean your blood. Golden seal, get that golden seal out. Get that blessed thistle out. Get them dandelion roots out. And clear out your system so that you can be prepared for the winter. All right, so Tauruses, I'm going to go ahead and pull your cards here. I got 3 cards in reverse, which means protection messages. Protection, protection, protection. Okay, so we'll be reading directly from the book because what Baron Reed suggests is if the cards come in reverse, then it's important to read the protection messages that are in this book. So we will get right to it. So we've got Observer in reverse, Time to Go in reverse, and Poised in reverse. And as I said, I'll just be reading straight from the book on all of these since it is about protection. When they're in the upright position, sometimes I just read them straight, just straight intuitively. Before I get to the protection messages, I'll just say that, being observant, we're talking about observance, being observant, watching more than you are doing and in action, but just kind of watching what's going on around you. Time to Go looks like it's time to make a transition of some sort. Maybe yes, maybe no. We'll find out from the protection message. And then being poised. So I think that these cards definitely feel like they go together, because if it is actually time to go and you're poised for a change, being observant and watching out for what's going on around you can be really important. I'll just say 49 translates into a 13 and then into a 4. 45 is a 9, which is about change and transition, and then 12 is a 3, which is creativity. But let's jump right into it here. Let's see, number 49. It's been a lot of transitional type energy in the universe right now. A lot of things happening to kind of shake us up and get us focused and get our focus together, which is a good thing. So if you have been experiencing some of, I call it turbulence. It's like turbulence, last little minute stuff that comes in to kind of say, hey, get this together, that kind of thing. So if you're having that experience, know that you're not alone, and that it's a part of all of us making some transitions that we need to make so we can usher in another phase, energetic phase. Okay. All right, Taurus, 49, Observer, and we are reading the protection message for you because it is in reverse. All right, it says, ever think sometimes your life options are suction cupped to your face and you can't see beyond yourself? Yeah. There's a big world out there, a multitude of potential realities that you're unable to perceive at the present. That's why this observation is important. So you're a little stuck It's time to get advice from someone you trust, someone who has a better perspective on your circumstances. Other points of view are needed now before you move forward. Take heart. A beautiful vista is waiting for you to drink it in. You just need a little help widening your scope beyond your small self. And I just did you all's did get this money for the earth signs, and that was one thing that came up. It also came up in the new moon view. Earth signs, and Taurus, you are an earth sign. It's about like being able to really see what's beyond you and to kind of widening your scope so that you can really understand. Because I think what's happening for some of you Tauruses is that you're focused on this one thing. You're focused on this one thing, and there's nothing wrong with focus because focus is important. Sometimes you do need to do that. Sometimes you got to put the blinders on because you've got messages coming from different places outside of you, or you got distractions going on, or you're trying to get something done and you can't finish it because you're letting other things, phone calls, people's drama. It could be any little thing that ends up getting in your way, and then it distracts you from your purpose. That's one thing. But then sometimes we can get so, so singularly focused on one thing and it's not working. It'll be different if you get the focus, like if you're really super focused on something and it's working for you, that's great. But when you're really super focused and it's not working for you, it's time to do the opposite of that or kind of pull back. And I feel like that's what this card is sharing with you, Taurus, right now. It's just to kind of pull back, pan out is what I say, pan out and really look at the total scene. And I think that when you do that, you'll see that there's some blessings that have been sitting there waiting for you. A lot of times people are waiting for their blessings. The blessings are sitting right there waiting for them to just say, oh, yeah, pay attention to me. Or if you will notice me, you'll see me standing right there like waving at you, just waiting. Okay. So be a little observant and then wait for those blessings to come in. All right, we've got time to go again in reverse. This is 45. 45. And again, this is the protection message. It says, let me make sure I'm on the right page. Yes, 45, time to go. Protection messages, time to go. Ooh, my tongue. Even if it appears that you have reached the end of the line, all is lost, and all is lost, it isn't. You're in a situation that will resurface again later, so consider this a break rather than an ending. Destiny is in charge here. You lose nothing and gain everything when you surrender to that fact. I'm going to say that again. Destiny is in charge. You will lose nothing and gain everything when you surrender to that fact. Your soul knows that your destiny is unfolding with perfect timing and synchronicity. Your small self has doubts, but that's natural, as it doesn't have the map to your destiny. Your soul does. So, Spirit loves you, and trust that. I like that. See? Reversal cards ain't always that bad, right? So trust. Trust is important. Having faith, knowing that your destiny is unfolding. Just thinking about that sometimes can make you relax. So if you've been feeling stressed out, if you've been feeling depressed, particularly if you've been feeling stressed out and having anxiety and feeling like, I don't know which direction I'm going in, I don't have a sense of what I need to do, I need some direction, then just wait, because your life is unfolding right in front of you, and it really unfolds without you doing anything. That's the one thing that I notice is like, you're doing something, and that's a part of it. Let me just say this, because wooing nature, we do life management and we do it intuitively, but everything is about balance, because balance is really an optimal state of health. When you are in balance, that means that your ego is in check, you're happy, you're able to receive freely, give freely, and when your masculine and feminine are in balance, all of that, then you're good to go. You're actually healthy, and you'll feel that way. You'll feel healthy, you'll feel happy, you'll feel good, You'll feel good in your body. You'll feel good in your mind. You'll feel good in your spirit because you are actually operating in a state of balance. And part of that balance is faith. There's part of it is doing and part of it is surrendering. In the Kabbalah, they talk about, I call it Hod and Netzach. Netzach and Hod. It's like you got to endure. You got to go do the work, do the work, do the work, do the work, do the work. And then you have to surrender as well. So right now is the time for you to kind of surrender to the process. You've already done what you're going to do. You've done your super duper focus. It's time to like sit back, sit back and pan out. Okay? And let your destiny unfold. And see, that's the miracle in the whole thing. Because see, when you're doing absolutely nothing and God just blesses you, when you're just in an unexpected moment, you just receive your blessing, then you know that, you're not alone. Spirit is at work. You're not by yourself down here. You're not. And your destiny is actually mapping that out for you. All right, you got 48. You got all these fours, 48, 49, and 45. So 48. You all up in here in the four quadrant. So pay attention to fours, to things happening in fours, for people, for something, number fours. Pay attention to what's going on at the time when these fours show up, because these are foundation numbers. And it should be about building your foundation. All right, let me make sure I'm on the right page. No, I'm not. I'm on 48. 48 poised, protection messages. Here we go. You're not ready to move forward at this time, and that has to be okay. Be poised in the face of demands and deadlines. Pretending you know what you're doing works sometimes, but if you adopt a fake it till you make it attitude, it will land you in some muck now. And I agree with that 100%. People talking about fake it till you make it. Why? Why fake it till I make it? Why don't I just be myself and be 100 while I'm making it? I never really understood that when people would be talking about, I'm just faking it till I make it. Well, if you want to expend that much energy in acting mode, I suggest you start working on your career in the stage and film. But anyway, this is not the time to wing it and deliver something half finished. It's okay to postpone things until you're ready. It's better to disappoint people now than to wish you had later. So use your good sense that God gave you and speak up. And when you are not able to complete something, say so. But the main thing here with this is just be yourself, be honest, be straightforward. Say what you can do and what you can't. Do the best you can with what you have. If you have a bunch of deadlines and you know you're not going to meet them, speak up. Let your employer know. If you aren't able to come through for somebody, speak up, let them know right away so that they won't be mad at you later and you won't be mad at them later, okay? But you are poised, you are ready to roll, so to speak. But there's still a few things that have to be cleaned up. And like I said, this is the time for you to do it in November. November is the last of it. So Tauruses, if you haven't had that opportunity to do your inner cleanse, meaning your mental and your spiritual and your emotional, I would recommend that you do that right now. To me, all these cards are kind of pointing to that direction. One, because you're relaxing and taking a load off and letting spirit bring to you what needs to be brought to you. You're poised and waiting and clearing up some things that that you need to finish up. I feel like that's at work. This is work related to me. But it could also be unfinished business with family, friends, with relatives, relationships. Maybe you're closing out a relationship, but you still, I was going to say something, but I'm going to keep that to myself. You know how y'all do. You know how you in and out of a relationship and you breaking up, but you still want friends benefits. Time to clear that up. So it could be about that too, depending on what your situation is. But I ain't getting in your business. All right, Taurus, let's look here and see what's going on. All right, we're going straight through. Three of Cups. Again, it says things are not ready. Remember, we talked about your poise. Things are not quite ready to come together yet. Three of Wands here is that fire, that energy that comes with, it's about energizing. And it's about juggling a lot of things, but it's asking you to stop juggling a lot of things. got that message before. Everything's coming in reverse. 8 of Wands here. 8 of Wands is about sending out, for me, 8 of Wands is about sending out your energy, putting your energy out in the universe and waiting for it to come back. This is in reverse, which to me is like you're in the coming back part. You've already put the information out. You've already put out there what you're looking for. Now you're waiting for it to come back to you, and that's what this being still is about. That's what being observant is about. All of that kind of stuff. All right, so, oops. All right, so it looks like you're coming to a phase of completion. I really saw that with this number 9 here, with this time to go card in reverse, but you're still, again, waiting to receive that destiny message. There's a destiny message coming through with some confirmation for you about how you need to move and the way that you need to move. You don't want to make a move until you're clear. Taurus, you want to be clear. I see that you're going to have some help. There's going to be some people that are, or a person, could be one other person, could be more than one person, to kind of, put the fire under you a little bit so that things can start to move. That's again about being observant and waiting for, waiting to see who's around you and who is surrounding you. We've got the Hierophant in reverse here. Hierophant in reverse means that there's still some lessons to be learned. The Hierophant is about learning, receiving messages. And here, you see him out here by the tree. I suggest, Taurus, that you spend time in nature. That's where some of these messages are going to come through for you. When you're outside in nature, go hug a tree. Go sit out in the grass, go do your yoga outside, whatever it is, but you need to be in nature and you need to be observant in that situation too, because that's where some of that clarity comes. All right, 8 of Cups is your soul diving. You need to do some deeper diving. You need to do a little more soul searching. It's about getting clarity about who you are, really, folks. And that's not just Taurus, that's everybody. When you are transitioning, when you feel like it's time to go, when you are experiencing these frustrations, you need to go in and see what the real nature of the frustration is, because it's something that's stirring inside of you, right? And the thing that's happening outside of you is there to cause the stirring. So once the stir starts, what do? Do you back up and go in the corner? Do you sit on the side of the bed with your head in your hands going, oh, woe is me, how do I do this, what do I need to do, I don't know what to think, excuse me, I don't know what to think, I'm bogged down? That's a lot of stress and anxiety right there. We said that before about the stress and the anxiety. Those people that are dealing with stress and anxiety, you need to really chill out. You really need to calm down a little bit, and you need to do that soul searching, because that's all of this is going toward this move, or your next move. All of this. The soul searching, the dealing with, whatever. I'm going to say the dissonance. I like to call it dissonance. When things are happening, it's like, oh, it's just disturbing my peace. It's like getting on my nerves, and, and the degree to which it is getting on your nerves. So like if it gets on your nerves a little bit, it's not a big deal. But if it's really getting at you, then you need to really go within and find out what that's all about. Yeah, you got to get some things off your mind. Ace of Pentacles is in reverse. That's about connecting to your money space. It's about connecting to your physical world. What's happening in the physical. Could be your home, could be your health, could be your money, could be, health, money, wealth, home, any of that, but you're not making the connection. The connection is not being made, and because the connection is not being made, that's why it's coming in reverse. So think about get your body. So what that tells me is that where the imbalance exists is in the physical. Work out, breathe, stretch, do some physical activity, do some physical things, okay? So if you're all in your head all the time, get out. If you find yourself, and this is how you're looking, you see how you're looking, sit. I don't know if y'all can see that because this, I don't know, the image is grainy for some reason. But anyway, she's sitting here with her head in her hands. When you find yourself in that situation, you need to get up, get out, and get some exercise, get some air. Again, like I said, spend time in nature. that kind of stuff, because that is going to get you out of this space. You got to clear your head. You got to clear your mind, right? Right. All right. So we have the Eight of Swords. A lot of swords. This swords and this swords. And this is interference. This is you feeling like, you're stuck, you're hung up, you're bound to something, and you have to juggle, or you have to play the puppet while somebody else plays the puppet master. That's what this is about too. This is about seeing where your destiny lies in that. You have to see yourself in the situation, Taurus. You have to really be able to see yourself in the situation that you're in. A lot of times we're just looking at the situation and complaining about the situation. So I'm in this situation, and oh, this is happening and this is happening, and you're just recounting facts. You're recounting the facts, but you're not actually going to the next step. So if you find yourself repeating the same bad negative situation over and over again, and then we tell ourselves, well, I'm not going to talk about this anymore because I know I'm getting on everybody's nerves. Yeah, you probably are getting on everybody's nerves, but that's not the point. The point is that you're really, when you're sharing a negative experience with your friends or family or your therapist or whoever, you're just going through the facts as you see them. If you're talking about it with your therapist can then come back and say, well, think about this or think about that. Or they can ask you questions to make you dig deeper, or that kind of thing. But the bottom line is, whatever is happening to you, you have to see yourself in context with what is happening. You have to see yourself in it. And then once you see yourself in it, once you see who you are in the situation, then resolving it becomes pretty easy, or it will resolve itself. That's going back to this. When you just wait in the destiny, and it just flows through. Oh, well, all of a sudden it was just resolved. And I think it's interesting sometimes when you have those moments when you're at home and you're going through it in your head and you have the aha, and you're like, you know what? This is what this is about. And then you go back into the situation ready to deal with it, and somebody will say, oh, well, we took care of that. And you're like, see, I didn't even have to do anything. That's that. All right, Prince of Pentacles, still some learning going on in relationship to your money and in relationship to your physical world. That's goes back to this and why that's not coming together. I'm seeing Taurus energy in this card with the bull here. Whenever that comes up, I think about Taurus. Taurus likes their environment to be right. Like you need your surroundings to be good, and you like to feel stable, and you like to feel secure and all of that. So when your money is not right, you're not feeling that at all. But with this Prince of Pentacles here, it seems like there's some lessons to be learned. And then also with that Hierophant in reverse, there's still some lessons being learned about how to balance out your physical world. Your home, your health, your physical body, and your which is your health. But your health can encompass more than just your physical body. Your physical health, mental health, emotional health, financial health, and your environment, right? So it's still some things that you're learning about how that works for you and how that comes to fruition for you. And then I also have the Prince of Cups here, which to me is about some kind of love, or it could be a person, it could be a relationship coming in for you with the Prince of Cups, somebody coming to show you love, or somebody to bring you help, or somebody to bring you assistance. It could come in any form. Could come in the form of a romantic relationship, but it could also come in the form of just a compassionate helper, somebody to come and save the day for you. And I think that that's going to manifest itself. Per this card, I think it's going to manifest itself when you do this inner work, and when you do your observation, and when you spend your time in nature, and when you kind of pull back a little bit. Okay, Taurus? All right, I'm going to see if there's anything else for you. Anything else? One last word for Taurus before we close out this November reading. One last word for Taurus. Queen of Swords, handle your business. Handle your business. The Queen of Swords is the handle your business. She is that boss bee. You understand what I'm saying? She knows how to go in there, deal with it, peel away the BS, and get right to the point so that the transition can happen. So be a boss bee with yourself first, and then don't be the boss bee To everybody else, yet, because remember, we're working on the inner in November, okay? Last minute touches, okay? So be the boss, be, and go in there and deal with yourself and handle your business of self. Handle the business of self, Taurus, and I think you'll be fine. All right, so if you need to reach out to me, if you need a deeper dive, you know where to find me. I'm at Kerri, Kerri at wooingnature.life. You can also go and check out the website. There are other services that are available. You can do full readings if you want to read about some, get a reading um, for something else. You can do that. Also check out Patreon. If you want to become a Patreon subscriber, you can find me at Wooing Nature there. We're also on all the social media outlets. If you want to kind of dip your toe in the water, go to Facebook or go to Instagram, and you can kind of get a little Wooing Nature life that way. And then you can also check out the other playlists and the other playlists that are appropriate to what you're looking for. All right, I'm going to shut up and move on, okay? All right, so I hope you have a great November, and I hope you have a wonderful life.